Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Iowa Live. We are hanging out in the kitchen because we are going to be creating kombucha. Going to show you the magic behind this concoction that has really taken off in popularity over the last couple of years. And Michele Brown is joining us live from Van Meter right now as we're going to do this together because you're the instigator, Michele. You're the one that turned us on to kombucha, or as we call it, booch, right?
Yeah, I'm normally an instigator in all kinds of things, and I love how you've taken it and run with it. I've actually been drinking kombucha for like 10 years now, and it's just become so much more readily available. You had to really kind of search it out before, but so many other varieties and brands, and that it's a lot of fun to make it yourself, as you found out.
Now, tell everybody why it's getting so popular. Why are people drinking kombucha?
Well, it's actually, it's an ancient tea. It's been around for thousands of years, I believe. It started in the Eastern countries, and it's just really good for us. It is full of live enzymes. It's good for our gut health, lots of antioxidants. Of course, any of the fermented foods are really good for us. And this is just a fermented drink that we all have access to.
Okay, we have a couple of different styles of creating this because we've taken it, and you can see here we've taken it up a couple of notches. You have the basic formulas and the basic ways to make kombucha. Now, before we show you how to make this, Michele, let's talk about what is in kombucha, because there's really, what 5 things, and that's it to make kombucha, and anybody can do it, right?
Yes, it's a simple recipe. The very first batch that I made myself, I ordered my SCOBY online and got the recipe from them. And there's all kinds of great resources online as well. But I've had great success with it. I've never had anything go bad. I've let it ferment too long to get vinegary. But, the recipe is nothing more than tea, either green or black tea. You can use loose leaf. You can use bag tea. It's sugar. It's a starter tea, which is basically you can purchase a bottle of raw kombucha. That's your starter tea, and your SCOBY, and a gallon of water. So super easy, minimal ingredients, and then you let the fermentations where the magic happens.
All right, now you think we've said SCOBY a couple of times here. Explain what SCOBY is, Michele, because people might be looking at the TV going, huh? Like a dog looking at a fan.
Yeah, as you did when I gave you a jar with one in it. And the SCOBY is actually it's this bacteria and this yeast. It looks like a little kind of slimy little slab. And this is what activates all of that fermentation that happens in there. And I actually have a little SCOBY hotel going, because once you start creating batches, your SCOBYs will continue to grow. So you can store them, you can share them, and you don't have to. I recently learned that you can grow your own SCOBY. So you don't have to order them online, or if you don't have a friend that has one that can share with you, you can make this very easily with just your tea, sugar, and a starter kombucha.
Okay, and we're going to show you how to make it right now, because you see Michelle's outfit there. Okay, so she takes it up, but the deal is we've taken it and we've used something. Maybe a lot of people have these devices in their basement or in their garage. They haven't used them for a while. This is, remember the old iced tea makers from years ago? Well, we had one that was in the back of the shelf. We pulled that out, and this is how we did it. Now, we are using Elephant Tea, which is the new sponsor of the Monday Morning Race Review, and it's just simple black tea. There's 10 bags in here. We ran 2 cycles through here, so we filled this up. Again, a gallon is what we're shooting for, so we're going to remove this, and we have a gallon container. I'm going to put this in front here so you can see this. So we have the tea. We're going to take this tea, and we're going to pour this into the gallon container, and the reason is we heated up some more water and we took the cup of sugar like Michele told you about. A cup of sugar went into another batch of hot tea, so it is thoroughly dissolved, and that is what is in this container right here. So we're going to add the sugar water into there, and this is marked to be 1 gallon, and oh my goodness, look at that. It came out just perfect. Now we're going to take this and we're going to put this in a vessel that's going to hold it for a while. Now there's a couple of different things that we have done. Michele just used regular glass vessels. We found one of these at a grocery store here in town, a local grocery store. It's about $4, $3 or $4 for this, and the thing I liked about it had a spigot on the front of it, so you can just draw the kombucha out of it when it's ready, or just to taste it to see how it's going. Well, after we found this one, then we found a bigger one, which we like even better, at one of the big box stores. And this is a 2-gallon job. This is a gallon. This is a 2-gallon job. So we're going to use this one. Now, we went a couple steps further. You can see these here. I had a monitor on it, so you can see, I could watch it on my phone.
A couple steps further.
And also a temperature sensor there was there. I could watch it on my phone what the temperature was of the tea. So we have this all mixed up. So we're going to take this and we're going to see if we can pour this into the jug without spilling it all over. 1, 2, 3. We got a little bit over. That's okay. We're going to get it in here. This is live TV, folks. This is what happens. We put it in there. Then we get our SCOBY. Now, Michele, you said this, you have to get the SCOBY, which is a little SCOBY that we grew here. And then how much of the raw kombucha that we put in there with it?
A cup and a half of the starter tea. Yeah, the kombucha.
Okay, so this is a SCOBY with a cup and a half of the starter tea that is in there. And here's what the starter tea looks like. You just get it in the jug here. This costs about $3-4. So like every time you get a little batch of this, and you take this and you just dump it in. It looks disgusting, and you plop it in there. I cannot wait to see what this elephant tea kombucha comes out like. elephanttea.com, by the way, if you want to try to check those guys out online for everything that they do. And Michele, if I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
That's it. And then you need to let it, now you need to cover it with either some cheesecloth. I double layer the cheesecloth or the coffee filter.
This is an old coffee filter here.
And then you just want to, I use just the coffee filter, a rubber band around there.
There's
and then
rubber
you're
band.
going to set it in a nice, a room temperature, warm spot, out of direct sunlight. And I love, you totally put my operation to shame. I don't use the thermometer. I love it. And I don't have anything telling me on my phone where my Booch brew is at. But that's a great way to make sure that you're staying on target with all of it.
Okay, so we're going to take this. We're going to put it in the back here. We're going to keep an eye on this and check in on it every couple of days to see how it looks. And we'll see the progress of how kombucha is made. You're going to notice the color is going to change a little bit throughout the next week or so. So by next week, we should be ready with a batch of Booch, as we call it, again, made in this container here on the set of Iowa Live. Michele, this is great. Now, next week, we're going to talk a little bit about how you can create your own SCOBY if you don't have friends that have them, right?
That's right. And you want to make note, as it's brewing, that SCOBY that's in there, that's going to be creating a new film across the top of your tea as it's setting on the counter back there. And what that does is that kind of seals it and protects it as all of that fermentation is happening below. So when people are making it, they're like, ew, it's not, but that's all really healthy bacteria and yeast and all of that good stuff. So don't be alarmed. And it maybe get a little bubbly, but that means it's working.
Yeah, next week we'll also tell you how to make it effervescent too. We've discovered that over the past couple of weeks.
You learned that.
Okay.
So you've taught me some things to be better at this operation as well, and I appreciate that. That's what's fun about doing things together.
All right, great job, Michele. Thank you so much. So there you have it. The kombucha is in progress right now. We'll check in on it next week and over the past next couple of days too to see how it does progress. All right.